and other habits, and they had the diet system also introduced to them, and they were very happy in the campus of South Devon. I am happy that the Honorable Minister has said about the naturopathy and natural living. And I remember when he was talking, we have an elephant in our temple, which has been there for two female elephants are there. And one of the elephants, she was in captivity, she delivered a baby in our campus. And when she was pregnant, the elephant was pregnant, the doctor was invited, veterinary doctor was invited, and he made us to spend a lot of money on food, on diet and treatment. And after the delivery, after the baby came out, there was so much of money spent on the elephant. I was just wondering what would happen in the forest. And actually, the elephants have so much of expansion in every place. In Africa, they are culling the elephant. Culling the elephants and making their number reduce. And here in captivity, we have to spend a lot of money for medicine and for diet. That means natural living is the best way to live. If you have in captivity, like we spend for elephant, we also have to spend a lot of money for maintaining our health. So nature cure gives the way to live normally and live with nature. We should appreciate and understand the living style of our human beings, and we should follow the system that is adopted by our elders. So today, I am very happy that naturopathy has attained non-realization in the world. The 21st June has been Yoga Day, and our Honorable Prime Minister has given the message that the 21st of June, the Yoga Day for the world. And we have very much involved in these programs, and the yoga prashar has been very much rampant. So I am very happy that yoga and naturopathy has become come to the forefront. I must tell you that the future is in nature. The future is in nature because we have, as said by the Honorable Minister, we have all the other treasures available in the world. We can afford to buy anything, we can afford to buy good cars, we can afford to buy good house, we can afford to buy many things that gives us pleasure. But all these pleasures make us happy or unhappy? This is the most important question. The more you have the pleasure, you are having more problems and diseases. And today when I went to a few days back, I went to Bangalore, the new car was shown to me by my neighbor. He had got a new car. And he said, everything is automatic. Just show your hand, it will start. Just push the lever, the vehicle will go. And to close the door, he opened the door, and to close the door, he said, just wave your hand and the door will close. I said, I can do that, but at least, can you avoid that waving? Because there is small exercise. I had to pull the door. Pulling the door, just wave the hand and say the door should be closed. So, the extent of pleasure and extent of happiness that you are getting by automation is so much, but we are denied of the small exercise, pulling the door, pulling the lever, applying our human parts and body parts, so that we are denied of all the exercises that are done. Women were having so many exercises today, from grinder to the cleaning up, everything is done by machines, and slowly we are away from the exercise that we get with small exercises that we used to get. So today we must be aware that the future is in the hands of the optimization, but at the same time, let us see that we also do some exercise and involve in so many activities which keeps us engaged with the physical exertion. And I must say that the students are all from different parts of the country. I welcome you as the president of the institution because you have faith and you have come from Manipur, you have come from Assam, you have come from Rajasthan, you have come from different parts of the country, and you have spent a valuable 5 years in this camp. So we are having ambassadors everywhere. If I am lost in any of this state, I can just call one of our students and say, take care of me. So that is our students in all the places of our country. And here, after, as said by the Honorable Minister, you are the ambassadors of this system. When you go back, it's not only just don't think of practicing some and earning some money, you can do that. But at the same time, keep your head high and they don't try to copy the other systems. Have an individual presentation of your system and feel proud that I am a naturopathist. I am a naturopathist and I am a teacher of naturopathy. So that pride will keep you separate from other system. You can always hold your head high and say that I am a naturopathist, I am practicing naturopathy system and I am also preaching naturopathy to our patients. With these words, I wish that you have a very bright future and all the graduates, we have some lucky ones who had the privilege of getting awards. Very important is the success in their life is very important. So you have got awards here. All those who have not received awards are not necessarily second class or third class students. They are the best because in practicing they may be better than what they have achieved in this campus. So I wish that you will have a very bright future. Regarding Dr. Prashant Shetty, I must say that he and his team has done well in training you, in coaching you. They have given the best of their ability. They have given the best training in the college, the hospital. So I was very particular to see that the hospitals are more busy so that the students will get more training. So we have 3 hospitals now. One in Saukevana, Shantivana, Saukevana, Shevana. So the patient number is increasing in all these 3 hospitals. And I am told that in the month of May and June, we had almost 90% of attendance in all the hospital inpatients. So this shows the confidence of the people in coming to these units and taking health care. So I appreciate all the efforts of all the 3 billion heads of the institution there, all those who are in the hospital work. I pray Vijayanath Swami to bless all the graduates, their parents who have come here. And I especially thank Honorable Minister for having confidence in the system, confidence in us, and participating in this and giving a very good message to you. I wish you all the best. May Vijayanath Swami bless you all.
Because these kind of events can lead to a lot of sometimes confusion. But the way the program has been conducted, I think it's a reflection of how well the administration is running in this institute. The amount of attention they give to details and to make everything come out well and to be a very successful institution. So I want to thank everyone for having called me here. Health is definitely a very, very important issue. And it is when we ask ourselves what we mean by health that greater difficulties emerge. We must admit that health is an easier concept than well-being. Yet I am constantly encouraged that the regularly quoted WHO definition of health as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being and not merely absence of disease or infirmity has not only stood the test of time but appears even more relevant today, particularly in this period of environmental crisis and the stressful life conditions of human beings. In truth, physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being must be the goal towards which we all work together and share responsibility for the realization of health and well-being. Both are essential in fostering economic development, poverty reduction and overall social consistency both nationally and locally. Naturopathy being a system of man-building along with the constructive principle of nature has always been a miracle for the world. Why I say miracle is that it is very rare to point out a holistic system of medicine as of nature cure, which takes care of a person as a whole and enhances the vital forces in a constructive manner so that health is established in the body. Many a time I feel that the definition of World Health Organization on health is properly taken care in the field of naturopathy and yoga. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Siddaramaiah ji, is a sadhaka of this system. He himself practices yoga and is eager to develop a system of medicine which enhances the physical, mental, social, cultural and spiritual entity of a person. So me as a minister in his government, it will be my endeavor to see that when we talk about health and how we can improve the health of our people, the concepts of naturopathy, holistic medicine, Ayurveda is brought into greater focus in terms of giving better health to our society. And I think that is the way forward for us, and India being a repository of great cultural traditions and great science that has been given to us by our forefathers, I think using that inheritance of our culture and also the modern medicine, come out with best practices to see that our people enjoy better health, I think is a way forward for us as a government also. So I would definitely assure our Honorable President and Dharmadhikari that our government will give more and more focus towards naturopathy, yoga and Ayurveda, and we will try to include this as much as possible into the government system of feeding people for better health. So whenever I think about naturopathy and yoga, the immediate image coming to my mind is of course Dr. Virendra Hegde. He is a pioneer in this field, and his great vision of healthcare has developed the field of naturopathy and yogic sciences into new dimensions. What knowledge that we had, I think he has been able to harness it and start and initiate this program many decades ago. And today it has become almost most relevant to our society, for the well-being of our society. Now the whole world realizes the importance of naturopathy and yoga. At this juncture, it gives me immense pleasure to know that around 2,000 graduates have graduated from this esteemed institution and are serving our nation and the whole world in their different capacities. That's a great contribution made by this one institute alone to this field and to spreading this knowledge across the country and the world. Many research projects and scientific studies are coming up in this field which the whole world looks forward to. As you all know, the International Day of Yoga has been celebrated all over the world, and now the world recognizes the importance of yoga in establishing health of an individual. It is quite interesting that many of the modern medical institutes of the country took a serious effort to prove the efficacy of yoga and its various aspects. Being a student of naturopathy yoga, I envision a bright future of India in your hands. You are the torchbearers of the system in the present world. Through you, let the system of medicine grow to greater heights. I ask you young minds to develop a strong mind of research activities and thus establish more scientific basis of naturopathy and yoga system in front of the modern world. In medical world, we speak everything scientifically, and naturopathy and yoga system has developed in such a way that several research publications and articles are coming up in reputed journals and magazines. I know that the curriculum followed in this institute is multifaceted, such that the contributions coming up from here are well appreciated and acknowledged in the medical world. Along with that, you have a much developed hospital setup where patients of all varieties come and are getting benefited by the treatments and go back to their communities and establish the importance of the system among them. In the 29th year of convocation, this college renders around 118 graduates and around 20 postgraduates to the society. This is not an easy task for an institution. This college is the only institute in the country to complete 34 years of graduation in the field of naturopathy and yogic sciences. At the same time, I came to know that the alumni of this college are well established in different facets of the society in India and abroad. This depicts the need and demand of naturopathy and yoga system in establishing a developed healthcare system of the society. I advise all the graduates to follow the system you have studied, that is yoga and naturopathy. This system needs faith and confidence, commitment, hard work, self-discipline and time sense. Speciality of the system, we should personally practice the system. You cannot not be a practitioner and then teach to others. So I think what you learn is something that you have to keep practicing throughout your life, and then learn more and more and see that you become great ambassadors for this wonderful treatment facility or treatment practice that you have learned here. I congratulate all of you and your parents for selecting SDM College for a graduation and post-graduation led by Dr. Virendra Hegde. He is a man who is a model to the country. I also congratulate Dr. Prashant Shetty, Principal, faculties and all staff members for joining hands in development of this college and system. You are lucky to have graduated from this college. If you follow his ideologies, you will become extraordinary doctors. Of that I am very sure of. So, health, I think, is something that we as a government, like I said earlier, is what we want to focus on, because today's health and the kind of diseases that is emerging amongst the youth and amongst the present populace is more connected to the way we lead our life, our practices in our day-to-day living. That is causing most of the diseases today, what we call as non-communicable diseases. So whether it is stress or your food habits or the way you lead your life, that is contributing to the biggest problems that you're facing today, whether it is cardiovascular disease, whether it is cancer, whether it is kidney problem, whether it's having a stroke. All these diseases were not so much prevalent 30, 40 years back. So what Dr. Virendra Reddy started 34 years back was something pioneering, because at that point of time nobody envisioned that naturopathy and yoga sciences would become such an important field. So what he started then, today has become mainstream. Today we cannot have good health without a good system of living where your spiritual, mental well-being is equally important along with your physical well-being. It's not just doing exercises and having a fit body. It is the way your mind is functioning and the kind of life you are leading. So I think naturopathy, which is nature cure, is something which is holistic, which not just cures a patient, but makes a patient healthy in all aspects. And I think today it's becoming more and more prevalent. So unless we address the issue today, as a government, of preventing onset of disease, preventing onset of all these kind of problems that the people are facing, and which ultimately leads to either fatal deaths or expensive treatments. All this can be prevented if we practice a different way of living and different lifestyle. And for that, I think yoga and naturopathy is the way forward, not only for India, but the entire world. And this is something I think all of you as graduates tomorrow, and once you go out into the field, I think today you will see a huge opportunity for you. And what I have learned is that people who graduate from here, there is a 100% placement for all of you. Nobody goes unemployed after graduating. Everybody gets a job, everybody gets to make a living, and that is what is important, because the demand is there, and the demand is growing. It is not coming down, it is only increasing. So you become the ambassadors for this particular way of treating people, and I think more you become successful, the people become healthier, and more people will start practicing the system that you brought over here. So ultimately that leads to a better society, more healthy society, and when an individual is healthy and he is educated, he ultimately becomes what? He becomes an asset to the nation. We want every individual to be an asset to the nation. Nobody should be uneducated, nobody should be unhealthy. Because then they become not only liability to themselves, but to their families and ultimately to society. So, a healthy individual and an educated individual will contribute not just for himself, but he ultimately contributes to the growth and economic development of the entire country. So that is an aspect that we tend to forget when we talk about health and education. Because when we talk about development, we always talk about building factories or building some industry or getting some big projects and see what the GDP growth is. That is something that is important. But I think, especially for a country like India, where human resources are biggest asset, the people of India are the biggest asset. So if the people of India
Dr. Sharka Shetty PS from Karnataka, Dr. Sahana Bhandari M from Karnataka, Dr. Arthur S. Matthew from Kerala, Dr. Nishika Rai from Karnataka, Dr. Smruti R. Patel from